up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again, my friends, with another banger for you. So kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. They're screaming the people. All hail Juju Watkins, the new queen of women's college basketball after going on the road in Paige Bueckers' house, snatching her chain and running off with the dub. Her and Kiki Riefin were definitely spectacular in this game. Um, Juju Watkins, heck of a first half. Salute to Paige Bueckers with the lockdown defense in the second half most of the game. They did a great job of pressuring Juju. There were times where she was just plain careless with the basketball, but she stayed aggressive, hit a big and one late in the fourth, drew a couple of fouls, and closed the game out at the free throw line, outplaying Paige Bueckers and proving that she is ready to wear the crown. The torch has been passed. This is a new era of women's college basketball, and Juju Watkins is the face of it. What a game, Lindy. What a game. What a game. What a game. USC was up over 20 points for a majority of this game, man, and Uconn just kept clawing and scratching back. USC did pick up the win, though, 72-70. Heck of a game. Juju Watkins closed this game out. Big-time performers make big-time plays. The torch has been passed. I believe she is a better prospect than Paige Bueckers at this moment in time, and that's no disrespect to Paige, but Juju Watkins is just something completely different that's going on right now in the women's college game. Sarah Strong fouled at the 3 line. Shot 3 free throws late in the game to had a chance to tie it. You're absolutely right, Kathy. She had a chance to tie it and missed 1 free throw. I kind of feel like she would, no offense, but like as great as she played, she is still a freshman. That's a lot of pressure. She missed the game time free throws. They still had another chance. Paige got the rebound, kicked it out to Sarah, and she hoisted that miracle shot, and it just wasn't meant to be for UConn. Salute to them, though. They really showed a lot of heart. They really pressured the basketball extremely well. KK Arnold, Ashlyn Shade, Paige Bueckers, like they were locked in on defense. Sarah Strong played an incredible game. But we're seeing more of the same issues with UConn where they're just not getting a lot of production from a third scorer. AZ Fudd was very ineffective in this game. Definitely don't feel like she's 100%. She tried to give it a go, but it was the Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers show. Nobody else really stepped up for UConn scoring the basketball. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everybody. Daniel, welcome in. Kathy, Sarah had the opportunity, missed 2 free throws, rushed the final shot. Definitely could have been a better setup. Rover, what's happening? Welcome in. Daniel, welcome in. USC, they definitely almost gave the game away. They definitely almost gave the game away. The turnovers almost killed USC. UConn plays against 2 good teams and takes 2 L's. Rover, you feeling like this team is overrated, playing in a weak conference, not a great non-conference schedule for them to be battle-tested. This was absolutely their biggest test. And USC dominated for most of the game, man. I will say UConn put up a heck of a fight. USC shot 49.2% from the field, 9 of 16 from 3. 56% on the night compared to 27.3% from 3 on the night for UConn. USC could have shot way more threes, man. I think UConn did a great job in the second half of running USC off the three-point line because they were hitting everything in that first half, man. UConn, 16 free throws. Hey, man, you got to look back at that. They left 6 points at the line. 6 points. That's the difference between this game. 6 free throws right there. USC's big front court, Kiki Riefin, Raya Marshall, controlled the glass, 36 rebounds combined, 17 assists compared to UConn's 18. The turnovers, though, man, 16 turnovers for Southern Cal, man, and it almost cost them this game. We saw that when Juju's not on the floor, SoCal does not have a guard or a playmaker that can break down the defense and create penetration. They have nobody that can break down a defense right now. They have a lot of great shooters. They have some players that are selfless and move the basketball really well. But without Juju on the floor, like this offense is pretty much screen, handoff, dribble, handoff. If there's no open three, get the ball in the post to Kiki. Like I think UConn did a great job of exposing USC too as well. A lot to learn from both teams. These teams are far from what we will see in March. We know that much. But I was impressed with just the effort of Juju Watkins, the tenacity, because she got roughed up in this game. Juju Watkins definitely got roughed up in this game and still had a tough 25. 5 assists and 6 rebounds, man. Like a season high in assists for her. I think we saw the next evolution of her game tonight. Juju's playmaking ability was on full display. She was drawing so much attention, giving great dump offs. She had the dump off late in the shot clock in the fourth when they needed a bucket to Ryan Marshall, who finished the bucket. She hit Howell, the freshman that shot the lights out for USC tonight. Hit her on that full cross court 3-point shot. Like Juju's playmaking ability was on full display. That's the next element of her game. She was a little soft and kind of nonchalant with the basketball a few times. She's definitely got to tighten the handle a bit, but it was a very physical game, and she proved that she's built for contact. She took every shot that UConn threw at her, stayed aggressive, got to the free throw line, attacked the cup, hit some tough, contested, off-balance shots. She was on full display tonight, man. Juju Watkins showed us the complete bag. With her size, 6'2", very good handle, very explosive first step, elite mid-range game. Juju Watkins proved that she is the best pro prospect in women's college hoops, and I think she made a very valid point to the NCAA, saying that they're outdated and that there should be a one and done rule in women's college basketball. The fact that Juju Watkins has to play 2 more years of college basketball after this instead of going to the league to get a franchise put on her shoulders is absolutely ridiculous. She proved she was the best player on the floor tonight, hands down. Paige did a great job defending her in the second half, though. I got to give her that. But Juju eventually broke free and made some big plays. I was shocked when Strong missed 2 free throws. Really shocked. Juju fouled Strong. Yeah, You can never foul the shooter. That is one of the ultimate sins. UConn is a good, overrated team. Shaquem, welcome in. If only I had the channel to watch the game. Hey, man, it was an instant classic. This game was an instant classic, for sure, without a doubt. This game was an instant classic. Love what I saw from UConn. Honestly, they played a pretty good game in the second half. First half, they was getting their doors blown off. Second half, Paige Bueckers, Sarah Strong was incredible. But before we switch over to UConn, we gotta mention Kiki Rapin with the double-double, 16 points. A very impressive 6 assists for her, 11 rebounds. I love how came off hitting a couple of big threes for this group. Kaylee Eckel had some tough buckets as well. Ryan Marshall, the return of Kennedy Smith, who was big in this game. Kennedy Smith, I wasn't sure was going to play. She came in and had 9 points, the third leading scorer for USC. She made a big difference, speaking of freshman sensation. Like, Kennedy Smith is the only other player other than Juju and Kikiri Apin that can create her own shot on this entire roster off the dribble. She was major. Let me catch up in the chat. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff to stay up with the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Also, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Yes, it's games like this that prepares teams for March Madness. Facts. I love that we're getting these mega regular season matchups. Both teams showed heart and weaknesses. USC will move up to third in the AP polls, jumping ahead of Notre Dame. Juju Watkins is that good. She's elite. She's elite. She proved tonight that she's ready for the WNBA after this season. She is ready for the WNBA after this season, man. There's no way in hell Juju Watkins should be contained to women's college hoops, to college basketball for the next 2 years. She's ready right now. I mean, she was dribbling through that full court press that UConn had, taking the contact, hitting shots through contact, getting to the basket, using her size, her length, going coast to coast. Love the court vision we saw today from Juju is that next element That's that next evolution in her game, is getting her teammates involved. Tonight, Juju answered the question of could she make other players better. She proved that she could tonight. She proved that she has that superstar gene to where she can uplift other players and bring the best out of her teammates. We saw an emotional Juju. We saw a competitive Juju. We saw her battling that ankle injury. She was obviously in pain. Still may not even be 100%, but she was a warrior tonight. Competed, left it all on the floor, played through the injury, played through the fouls, played through the physical nature of this game, which if you saw my pregame show, I talked about how this would be a fast-paced game, lots of running, lots of contact, lots of physicality, and Juju held up, man. She closed this game out. She was fatigued. You could tell throughout the game, she was hunched over, grabbing her knees. She played a lot of minutes in this game, and she did not fold. She willed this team to victory. Kiki was impressive too, man. I love what we saw from the mid range. She was taking it to freshman Sarah Strong. Uh, Came up with some very clutch buckets for this group. This team does not win without Kiki playing the way that she did on the glass and being that reliable post presence. Whenever Juju went out the game, it became the Kiki or Afen show. And she proved that she could be a number one scoring option. She mentioned she came to USC to take pressure off of Juju, and that's exactly what she did tonight. Yeah, Juju left it all on the floor, man. She was absolutely exhausted. She was gassed, and she shifted into that extra gear that all superstar players have. Looking at it for Uconn, more of the same, man. They just don't have the supporting cast right now that is supporting this group the way that it needs to. With Paige Bueckers having 22 points, Sarah Strong had 22 points, 5 assists, 13 rebounds. Another incredible, well-rounded game for the freshman who was in full attack mode. She was ready for the moment. They didn't execute the most efficiently that last possession. She did miss those free throws. She did have a chance to win the game with a last second shot. Could have took another dribble, could have got a better shot, but hey. Other than that last sequence, Sarah Strong was incredible in this contest, and I'm here right now to stamp her as the best freshman in the country. She right now is my freshman of the year. She is incredible. She is incredible. And the fact that we didn't see anybody else scoring double figures, it was a quiet night for Caitlin Chen. Ashlyn Shade, KK Arnold, and Caitlin Chen definitely brought the defense. But just not a whole lot of offense. Ashlyn Shade hit a couple of big threes. Janelle Alfie was a afterthought, not effective in this contest. KK Arnold the two assists she had were big in closing the gap and giving UConn their first lead of this game. So salute to her for playing tough and showing heart on both sides. Ice Brady, non-factor. AZ Fudd, non-factor in this contest. This was a game where they really needed AZ Fudd to step up, and she just did not look like 100%. Salute to her, though. She gave it a go. She gave it her best go. It just wasn't her night. I'm surprised Paige didn't take the last shot and pass it up to Sarah. Yeah, I thought she might try to get a quick shot up, but I mean, she was literally falling down as she was grabbing that rebound. So I think she made the smart play. It was just, they had a little bit more time than I think Sarah Strong realized. But the fact that Paige came down with that rebound and gave her team a chance just shows you her competitive nature, man. She was playing heavy minutes. I think what stood out to me the most about Paige Bueckers is her defensive prowess. The defensive job that she did on Juju Watkins in that second half to completely take her out of this game was nothing short of incredible, man. Paige Bueckers made winning plays for this group tonight. It just wasn't enough. She hit some big threes. She was getting to the cup. She stayed aggressive. She took some fouls. She took some shots. And she played through it and continued to just be in attack mode. But this was a big win for USC. Morgan Shelley came in and hit a big three for UConn as well, but they just are not getting enough. They need another score. They need their third scoring option. It wasn't AZ Fudd tonight. Only 3 players averaged over double digits in scoring. Yes. Hey, Juju is definitely a dog. Yeah, I'm telling y'all before the game though, that matchup to watch, Sarah Strong, Kiki Riefman, That was really the matchup to watch outside of Juju and Paige, man. And I knew it coming in. I knew Kiki would play well and get hers. I knew Juju would play well and get hers. I knew Paige Bueckers would get hers. We knew Sarah Strong would get hers, but it came down to who was going to be the supporting cast. Who else was going to make shots and make plays for these teams? Who was going to provide the most relief and production to their two superstars? But yeah, Lindy, she can definitely be consistent. I agree. Paige should have took the final shot opposed to passing to Sarah. Michael, welcome back, welcome back. They really didn't need AZ. They needed one more three and they win the game. Man, or make those free throws too. Those free throws hurt them. You left 6 points at the line that could have won you the game. Come on, smart guy. You know I always keep it real. Man, they played some good perimeter defense. They were wreaking havoc on those guards. But USC also doesn't have a legitimate point guard. Like, no disrespect to Kaylee Heckle. She's coming along. She's a good player. But Kennedy Smith came in, missed several games, like a bunch of games, and had a bigger impact. They definitely do not. I mean, Sarah Strong is the big for UConn right now, and she is playing at an elite level. They can win games, outscore teams, and that goes for USC. Sometimes good isn't good enough. Paige can't do it by herself. It's a team sport. Yeah, I mean, it's Paige and Sarah Strong. UConn has a major issue. Their supporting cast, all this depth that we thought they had. We saw this team on paper, all the experience they brought back. And, man, it really seems like Ashlyn Shade and KK Arnold have regressed. We haven't seen Caroline Deshawn this season. Cadence Samuels is a non-factor. Jana El Alfie, non-factor. Caitlin Chin has been solid, but she hasn't been the player that she was at Princeton. Like, UConn brought back all this talent. They brought in a top freshman class, one of the best freshman class in the country. Ali Zabel, non-factor. Morgan Shelley probably deserves more opportunities. But it's so much pressure being put on Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers that it's overwhelming and they're getting worn down. Gino has to find a way to get more production. He said that they have a lot of players that are one dimensional. They got shooters on this team, but nobody else is capable of creating their own shot or putting any type of pressure on the defense. But Sarah Strong had no answer for Kiki or Aiken down there. Sarah Strong is 19. Smart guy, she played a 4. How's she not a big? I'm confused. She plays the 4. Man. She definitely's got some perimeter skills, though, for sure. But just not enough firepower for UConn, man. I came into the season feeling like this could be one of Gino's deepest teams in quite some time if they could stay healthy. And the injury bug has bitten them a little bit, snipped at them a little bit. But, man, they're just not getting production from this supporting cast. Paige Bueckers and Sarah Strong are literally carrying this team, carrying this group. But Sarah Strong is sensational offensively. She can rebound the basketball. She blocks shots. Yeah, they desperately need a 5. Janelle Alfie's not the answer yet. Not saying she can't be or she won't ever be, but right now, presently speaking, she's not the answer. She's not the answer. Sarah Strong is the legitimate only paint presence on this team. She is the only reliable and capable scorer on the block right now for UConn. Janelle Alfie and Ice Brady are both complete non-factors. Complete non-factors. Guys, give me your biggest takeaways from the game. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling. I absolutely think the torch has been passed. Juju Watkins is embracing that role as the next face, the next queen of college hoops. It'd be scary if UConn was fully healthy. Hey Troy, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Troy. You gotta hit those free throws though. You left 6 points at the line. You only lost by 2. Yeah, Juju definitely got her lick back. Juju definitely got her lick back in this one. Outplayed Paige Bueckers when it counted. When the lights was on, she performed. When big players had to make big plays down the stretch to close the game out, Juju made every play. Closed this game out. Closed USC out. Or closed UConn out. Closed UConn out. Gino had no answer. And salute to Coach Gottlieb as well, man. Calling timeouts when UConn was going on these runs. She didn't make many adjustments, but she also didn't hand this game away either. UConn definitely could have executed better down the stretch. They definitely needed those free throws. They definitely had a little bit more time left on that final possession. They definitely should have stopped fouling Juju Watkins, letting her get anywhere she wanted on the court those last couple of minutes. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. Give me y'all's takeaways, though. Y'all been listening to me for 20 minutes. Give me y'all's takeaway and biggest takeaways, and how y'all feeling about how both these teams can move forward. What should they have learned tonight? Biggest takeaways in this game. Guys, also, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Stay up with all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whatever you need it. Also, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Great game, though. Great game. Went down to the wire. Exciting. I think it lived up to all the expectations. The stars shine brightest. UConn showed a lot of heart, down a bunch of points, looked like they were going to get blown out. They stuck with it, fought back, hit some big shots, got the crowd into it, did an incredible job defensively on Juju Watkins for the most part in the second half. And then Juju just showing so much tenacity, man. Fighting through the ankle injury, fighting through fatigue to close this game out. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Let me catch up in the comments. Let me catch up in the comments. Holler at me in the comments. Holler at me in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Give me your takeaways. I want to hear from y'all. Paige missed free throws too. Yes, they left 6 at the line. Gotta hit the free throws. The problem in college women's basketball, there's no good defenders in this women's basketball league. The good defenders are gone. That's why you guys think Juju is good and that girl Hannah. Bro, you talking about two of the best players in the country, hands down. USC played a great game in the first half. Nobody wanted to shoot for UConn. Morgan wanted to take over for Ice. KK killed it tonight. Much better than Caitlin. Yeah. Yeah, KK made plays. She came up with some big defensive plays. She is one of the best. She's probably the best on-ball defender they have. Once UConn plays the weak Big East and turns everything up, get Griffin. Yeah, Aubrey Griffin will be a big addition. AZ just gotta get healthy. Yeah, but they're definitely. Hey, Michael, great point. Great point. Gino definitely should have called a timeout when Paige got that rebound. Yeah, hey man, she rushed that last shot, RC. She absolutely rushed that last shot. Maybe when the WNBA get more teams, maybe they'll change the rules that the players can leave college at least after. Yeah, So, I mean, the NCAA is outdated, man. We're seeing them get left behind in NIL. That's why there's been so many colleges kind of having meetings, these Power Five schools talking about starting their own super conferences. Because the NCAA is a bunch of dinosaurs, man. They're not good for the game at all. They have way too much power. And I just don't think they personally have the best interest of the game or these student athletes, if I'm being honest. But there's no way Juju Watkins should be forced to play 2 more years of college basketball, bro. Like that is insane to me. But yeah, expansion continues to come in the WNBA. Yeah, she rushed that shot, RC. It's been a long night. Hey, Lindy, we appreciate you joining in. Have a great rest of your night. New year, new games. Uh-oh, Mr. SC coming to stir the pot. Rod Red, welcome in, welcome in. Brandon games are one on paper. I'll never see a team as good unless I see a team put their product on the floor. And you still got to play the games. You still got to play the games. UConn, man, it seemed like that they were hands down the second best team in the country coming into this season with just all the experience they brought back, plus three talented freshmen, and it's been a two-horse race. It's been a two-pony show the entire season. They struggled to get reliable and consistent production from their supporting cast. Everything is being put on the shoulders of Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers right now, man. Yo, Duke took the L to South Florida. Yo, Juju absolutely was tired, playing through an ankle injury, playing through fatigue. She definitely was looked like she was about to fall out there. Yeah, Juju looked like she was about to fall out there. And I mean, she's still the primary ball handler pretty much. We saw USC when Juju doesn't have the ball or is on the bench, they have nobody that can break down a defense. Yeah, Aubrey Griffin, man, is that slasher that can get to the cup, long, athletic, guards multiple spots. Easy opens everything up with her shooting. Just not enough firepower on the offensive side of the ball for UConn right now. This was a big win for SoCal, though. We were kind of questioning them after losing on their home floor to Notre Dame, getting beat up. Kind of questioning, were they really in the mix of the elite teams with this super team roster that we, saw them bring in through the recruiting class, through the transfer portal? A lot of new faces, but a lot of production added to this roster. Supposed to be the most talent Juju's ever played with. And, this was the game that they needed. This was the game that they needed to show that they are among the nation's elite and that they're not all hype. Duke got caught up shooting too many threes, man. We were talking about it earlier how they need to get the ball to Toby Fournier more. 5-star out of Canada. Yeah, UCLA and USC definitely going to be the big mega matchup for the Big Ten. Yeah, I mean, USC beat UCLA last year, so it wouldn't be a shocker. All Kara Lawson had to do to say to her player was stop taking all these threes. Like, seriously, The game was winnable for 4.5 quarters. They nearly went to bed today. I can't take them serious. The ACC's been having a go of it, for sure. UConn showed some heart tonight. They fought back. They definitely showed heart. They never gave up. I think there's a lot to learn from both teams from this game. Both teams will learn a lot about themselves from a game like this. Yes, yes. Initial takeaways. Initial takeaways. Ross says it's an even playing field. It's wide open. Man, I'll tell you what, Kiki Raven definitely, they don't win this game without her. Her mid range looked really good. Her position in her seal offs, the way that she can just establish deep position in the post and seal her matchup off. I mean, she looked incredible. I think she made her case for the number one draft pick tonight. No disrespect to Paige Bueckers, Olivia Miles, Anissa Morrow, none of them. Sonya Citron, no disrespect to them. But I think if I'm picking number one and I'm even thinking that I might need a big, I'm taking a strong look at Kiki Raven. She showed just her polished skill set, offensively, great court vision, soft touches on the passes, can play back to the basket, can face up, knock down a jumper, is out there rebounding with the best of them. Showed physical, great lateral movement, quickness, good twitch. Like, I think she kind of put her name in that running for the number one draft pick, to be honest, after a game like today. Yeah, she gave it, man, Juju gave UCLA the business last year. Yeah, and I mean that you gotta take in that into consideration too, that it was a home game basically for you. I mean that was a very pro Uconn crowd, without a doubt. Very pro Uconn crowd. Give me y'all's initial takeaways though. Holler at me in the comments. Holler at me in the comments. Talk to me in the comments, man. Juju Watkins proved that she's about that life, that she is the number one pro prospect in the entire country. She is proven that she can perform and win big games. She closed it out against Paige Bueckers, snatched her chain, took the torch, took the crown, and is really looking like the next face, the current queen of women's college hoops right now, taking that title from Paige Bueckers. Yeah, she definitely is a celebrity. Paige Bueckers, man, she's heavily entrenched in the culture. That's a real good question, RC. Honestly, man, I think it's worth the debate, depending on what you need and what you're looking for. Because Kiki Rafe, man, I think we're just seeing her scratch the surface. After tonight, I definitely think she needs to be that number one draft pick. Depending on fit and need, needs to be had. I don't think it's a full blown conclusion that Paige Bueckers is number one draft pick. Kiki Rafe showed an advanced offensive game tonight, knocked down elbow jumpers, sealed off her defender, got to the basket, showed that she's tenacious on the boards, can block shots, gets up and down the floor extremely well, great hands, great touch around the cup. Like, she showed a lot. She definitely showed why she should be in contention for that number one draft pick. She dominated the UConn front court. They had no answers for her. We know she's been a good player for a very long time. I will say though, Kiki Raven doesn't have an injury like a super long, lengthy injury history like Paige does. Do you want to bank your franchise on that? Are you trusting Paige Bueckers' body to hold up for the next decade? Marketability wise, man, Paige Bueckers is a whole brand, and she's gonna fill seats. People will come to see her. Her jersey will sell. She's a bigger brand and very much so well known, more so than Kiki Raven. Like we know that aspect of it. Paige is gonna fill seats. But is she the best player in this draft? I'm not so sure that's a full blown conclusion right now. We over this season have seen some holes in Paige's game. A lot of ball watching, some very tough shots, like shot selection's been tough shots. Fatigue has been an issue. A lot of standing around when she doesn't have the basketball, which I mean also can be attributed to the coaching staff too. Maybe running more like off ball screens for her, having her cut more, having her just move more instead of just standing around when she doesn't have the basketball. But I think yeah, that's a legitimate conversation to be had about who should be the number one draft pick this year. Because I don't think there's like a big talent discrepancy between Kiki and Paige. I think it's going to come down to fit and need for whatever team is drafting either one of them. I mean, to be honest with you, smart guy, Ryan Marshall is one of the best defensive bigs in the country. You talk about an elite defender in the paint. Ryan Marshall, for the most part, like Sarah Strong was giving her word, but for the most part this season, she's been one of the top shot blockers. She's just a paint beast. Yeah, we are getting into the thick of things. Schedules are definitely heating up. They are definitely heating up, and we still got some more mega matchups. Uconn still has a mega matchup with South Carolina. Juju wants to put up numbers. You can tell she enjoys scoring the rock. Yeah, she definitely enjoys scoring the rock, and she ain't seen a shot she don't like. Should UConn drop out of the top 10? Debatable. Debatable. I could see them dropping to 10, but if they did drop out of the top 10, I don't think you could really be outraged about it because they got dominated for most of the game tonight. But I do think they showed a lot of heart and a lot of fight, and they came back and they made it a game and even gave themselves a chance to win this game. Just couldn't execute down the stretch effectively. I mean, we've seen Shaquem. Anybody can get beat on any given night at any given time, but I'm not predicting UConn to beat South Carolina, especially when they only got two players. You're not going to beat South Carolina with two players. You need your whole team to step up. The only thing, Juju, I want to continue to see her tighten the handle a little bit, be a little bit stronger with the basketball. She kind of is careless with the ball at times and gets like very avoidable turnovers. But these are things that can be easily corrected. Hey man, Tennessee absolutely is going to be a team to watch in the SEC as well. First year head coach, and they've been shooting that the lights out of the rock. They are gonna space and pace. But Tennessee, I think, has been one of the better surprises of the season, the early season so far. Talk to me though. Initial takeaways. What are we thinking? What was the biggest difference in this game? Definitely free throws. You can't leave 6 free throws at the line in a 2 point game. Now, Kennedy Smith played, man. She had 9 points. Kennedy Smith was a real difference maker tonight for USC. She was the third best player on the floor for USC tonight. And she's the only other player on this roster that can create any type of offense or get her own shot, without a doubt. Kennedy Smith was a big difference maker in this game. Yeah, I would agree, man. The additions of Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC has put them over the top. You still got the old misses of the world. Tennessee's looked incredible so far this year. Yeah. Alabama's come up with some big wins, like Kentucky, Kenny Brooks, and those guys out there almost lost to Belmont, but they've gotten some good production. Ranked team only lost one game this year as well. Like the SEC is stacked. UCLA, USC definitely going to battle it out in the Big Ten. Don't sleep on Ohio State. Don't sleep on Maryland. The Big Ten is definitely a very good conference in their own right as well. Iowa doing some good things as well out there with Lucy Olson, Hannah Stolke. Like the Big Ten is definitely a very good conference as well. I think those two are. It's like those two conferences and then everybody else. Oh man, you ain't gonna know who to root for, RC. You ain't gonna know who to root for. But yeah, Kennedy Smith played a really great game. I like how she came in ready to attack. The moment was not too big for her. The moment was not too big for this USC team. Backs against the wall, crowd, ruckus crowd, making all types of noise. Didn't phase them. Man, when Juju hit that big M1 off balance, that's when I was like, oh yeah, big time. She ready. She ready for whatever. She just kept attacking. Yeah, Chin tonight in the open floor, like decision making was trash. It was a number of times they had fast breaks and they had numbers, and Chin just made the wrong read. Talk to me in the comments. What a game, y'all! What a game! What a game! Down to the wire, man. Poor Sarah Strong. Poor Sarah Strong, man. She was incredible. Kathy, I definitely got it. Yeah, we definitely got to get some live in-game chats going. I got you. Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, Lenny Jones can shoot that rock. She definitely can, but she's streaky. She's a streaky shooter for sure. Yes, holler at me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. If this is your first time, welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. She might have missed that second one on purpose. She definitely didn't miss the first one on purpose. She might have missed that second one, and they got the perfect bounce. Paige Bueckers came up with the rebound, kicked it out to an open shooter as she's falling in one motion, and Sarah Strong just rushed the shot is all. And Kathy, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yup, Duke went down. Down goes Duke. Down goes Duke. Talk to me. Talk to me. Biggest takeaways from the game tonight. There were a lot of them, in my opinion. I will say, I think both these teams got better tonight. I'm a firm believer in iron sharpens iron. Y'all let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me in the comments. If Paige got the rebound and kept her balance, she could have stuck the midi. But if it ain't a possibility when time is ticking and they play and the play comes to you, yeah. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, RC. You already know. But they definitely had a little bit more time to execute that more smoothly than they did. They completely folded in that last part of that game. And I mean, that freshmen have growing pains and they have to push through it. Gotta push through it. Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Holler at me in the comments. Yo, yeah, that last 5 seconds, I was like, dang, okay, she missed the free throw. They get the rebound. The game was pretty much over. Like, did they start the clock when she was shooting the free? Like, while the ball was in the air, the free throw? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Man, y'all have had the chat booming tonight. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like I got the best chat on YouTube. Y'all always bring the knowledge, bring the facts. Much appreciated. South Carolina is a team that plays tough teams prior to conference play. That's why they have been gradually improving to play down to the game without panicking. Or see, I'm telling you, feed her. They gotta feed her. They gotta feed her. Get her touches. Super athletic, super skilled, moves well, up and down the floor, super nimble. Yes, but guys, I will definitely be back on live tomorrow. I have some more content dropping all throughout the weekend, tonight, tomorrow. Y'all go check everything out. I just wanted to hop on, have a post game chat about this incredible game, man. I appreciate y'all locking in with me. Thank you so much for the support. None of this is possible without you great people. Um, Close games do build character. Iron sharpens iron. I'm right there with you, Kathy. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And definitely follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Thank y'all so much. Hope everybody has a wonderful night. That is a wrap for us. Until next time, we out.